As oil prices continue their steep decline, a few companies have been able to continue building industry momentum. Korosh Farazad joins me with his thoughts on what separates the winners from the losers. First, let's talk about how the drop in prices has impacted the industry.
Well, that's an interesting one. The drop in prices has certainly impacted the industry, but primarily to the GCC states. We are seeing, obviously, clear concerns of the depreciation of their capital in terms of profits on their balance sheet, which minimizes their ability to provide comfort to their own people in expanding on their infrastructure and any other possible requirements that they need in terms of domestic development. On the other side, there are advantages to this decrease for non-oil producing countries. We believe that this scenario is going to maintain for some time until there's a balance on the pricing.
So tell me, as the GCC states are looking to continue building and continue their dominance in the industry, how have they been able to strategize their survival plans?
Some of the GCC states have managed, way before the devaluation of oil, to diversify their investments on other sectors. Perfect example is Dubai. They built up and developed sectors for tourism, their logistics, their Dubai ports. Everything they did was because they were ready for a rainy day. On the other hand, the other states that are trying to follow what Dubai and Abu Dhabi have done, they're slightly behind. They're trying to diversify their opportunities, but sometimes it's a little too late to do these types of scenarios because the markets and the pricings have now increased due to the recovery of the economy worldwide, not just in one particular country. We are seeing now that the Qataris, the Kuwaitis, and of course the Emiratis are doing an enormous amount of outward investment, deploying capital in the United States, Europe, and of course the UK, to basically generate a yield of anywhere from 6 to 9%. They know that it's safe and they will be able to at least generate this yield until the price of oil basically maintains a threshold.
So tell me about some of the other countries that were less prepared in the region.
Saudi Arabia was not prepared for this, and they're still not prepared for this. 16 months ago, His Highness Prince Al-Walid indicated that if the Saudi government does not diversify its investments outside, there will be a rude awakening for them. This is exactly what the Saudi government is now seeing. They are trying to aggressively expand on diversification of investments outside the region, and they are doing it, but the pricing is a little bit challenging for them based on what they could have purchased 2 years ago or 3 years ago with a 15 to 20% haircut. Now it's marked up 15 to 20%.
Place Farazad Investments in this larger picture. How do you then advise your clients, given the situation that the region is facing right now?
It goes back to winners and losers again. Each country has an ability to benefit and to gain from this cycle. We're not advising in a negative perspective. Farazad Investments' responsibility is to make sure that we provide the best possible advice to our equity investors and the institutional lenders that we approach to raise capital on a potential project or development. So what we do is basically we look at what is available. We see if the pricing does in reality make sense. We see if the overall yield, the market cap on the particular transaction, whether it's a real estate development financing, whether it's a power plant, whatever it may be. We look in the numbers to make sure that if that potential client, does it make sense for them economically to deploy their capital into that particular asset outside of their country.
So let's pick out some regional players. You've talked about some who have diversified away from oil. Who are you advising your clients to seek out some of these nascent opportunities?
Real estate you can't go wrong with. Real estate development financing, of course. Real estate also has its negative impacts as well. If your components in a real estate transaction are not in place in terms of your overall structure, in terms of the vision, in terms of your exit strategy, then it's not even worth it. Most of the Gulf states look for transactions in terms of real estate that are revenue generating. They're not looking for short-term investments. They're looking for long-term investments. And this is what we advise on.
The real estate market, of course, is buoyed by market pressures. Is it mostly commercial that people are focusing on?
It's mostly commercial and hotels. Okay. We see the Qataris are diversifying their interest in not only in the UK, of course in the United States, and also in the Western Germany area. Now, they're also doing renewable energies as well. But going back to the real estate, they like to purchase generating assets. This way they can improve on it. They can sit on it for approximately 5 years because they have the capital. But unfortunately, some of the countries in the Middle East don't have that capital. What they're doing right now is benefiting from the reduction price of oil.
Okay. So let's look beyond sort of these short-term factors and talk about how Farazad is looking into the future and advising clients. Are you still going to be very much focused on real estate?
Our core appetite is real estate, but we still diversify interests subject to what type of transaction our clients are interested to explore. We seek for those opportunities, and if we see those opportunities do carry economical weight, then we proceed forward with them.
Overall, GCC countries, your outlook, optimistic? Do you think that we're going to see a rebound?
I think the regional countries like Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, those countries may have more benefits at this moment. In terms of the political issues and government issues has settled, I think those countries are looking with more of a broader vision to benefit from opportunities, and I think those countries are going to benefit from it. But in terms of GCC, I think it's going to take a bit of time.
Okay, fascinating conversation. Korosh, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.